What's going on, guys? Scott here, and it is time for the 12K Q&A Part 1. I did decide to break it into 2 parts just due to the fact that you guys gave me over 100 questions. Really good stuff too, so I do want to try to answer everything. Now if you don't hear an answer to your question in this video, I'll either reply to you directly in the comment section on my channel, or I will put it in the Q&A Part 2. There were a couple duplicates, so just listen for the answer. Once I answer it, I'm not going to answer the question again. So try to keep your ears open. And then I'll just warn you, I am a little sick right now, so I think I sound kind of funny. Our weather here has changed from really hot to cold and rainy. And I think I'm starting to come down with something, which is horrible because I have a ton of videos to make. So no voice equals no videos. So I'm hoping to feel better. And I'm just kind of chilling today. And I'm just going to go down the list directly. You'll see some Evolve gameplay in the background, so you can pay attention to that or listen to me or just, you know, close your screen down, whatever. But I'm going to start off with Mr. Breaded Chicken, which is my friend Quinn. He's one of the first people I actually met through YouTube, and he helped me learn a couple things on Vegas. So Quinn wants to know, he states, Star kind of touched on this a bit and wanted your thoughts. How do you balance your YouTube as a hobby and YouTube as a possible job opportunity? How do you balance making content you want versus making content your viewers want? That's a good question. If you didn't watch the Star video, go over to his channel. I think it's called something like Just Thinking or something. But he talks about how he can make 5 TF2 videos a week. He'll get a shit ton of views on each of those videos, which in turn would give him money. But instead, he wants to make videos that he wants to make, that he enjoys, even if they don't get a lot of views. Now, I'm completely in that train of thought. I do Team Fortress mostly because I play Team Fortress mostly. Some of the stuff does get a little boring to make. Like the top 5, the first set of top 5 like cosmetics was great. By the time I got halfway through the top 5 miscellaneous, I'm like kind of burned out on top 5s. I'm gonna finish that series up. I have a Halloween top 10, and then I'm gonna lay off the top X lists for a while. I'm not going to do the top 5 anymore. So I think I know the viewers like the top 5s and the lists and stuff like that, anything to do with items and trading and stuff. But I'm not going to do it because I don't want to. It's like I want to do the stuff that I want to do. And you'll notice on the channel, even though I have tons of TF2, I still do my Left 4 Dead series, and then I'll do reviews every now and then, other games that I play. And the whole reason I started YouTube, which this is a question that was asked later, so you can kind of tie this in. The whole reason I started YouTube, it was because I was going to be playing the games anyway. So if I'm playing the games anyway, I might as well record it, I might as well share it. I enjoy it, I love editing, like editing videos. So I'm actually moving more towards like editing stuff. And I don't know Vegas, I've never been trained on it. I just kind of taught myself how to do all of this stuff. So I'm trying to learn a little bit more, maybe move over to Adobe Premiere and then After Effects and things like that. So that's something to look forward to in the future. That's kind of a long-winded answer, Quinn. Alright, X0X4 Kings wants to know, what's my thought on the new 60 frames per second on YouTube? I'm pretty excited about it, actually. The only thing is, I record with Fraps. Fraps kind of messes up on 60 frames per second sometimes. Like, I just posted a video and someone commented that I rendered in 60 frames, but I recorded in 30. It's because I was recording in 60, and then it was like messing up, so I changed it, and I forgot that I changed it. So I think it's really cool. I'm going to try to start looking into other programs besides Fraps that don't give me as much like screen tear or anything like that when I'm doing the recording in 60 frames per second. So it's kind of weird, but I think it's cool. I'm glad they finally did it. Retro Gaming wants to know if I want to bang. No, man, I don't get down like that. I'm a married man. I'm very happy with my wife, so no, Retro, I don't want to bang. Alright, Ramazan, I know you want this question answered. What is the name of my wife? My wife's name is Fatima, and she also has a channel. You'll see it in my like suggested channels or whatever. Fatima Loves. She is Persian, and she grew up in America, so I don't want to hear any bad jokes here, Mojo. But yeah, my wife's name is Fatima. Hey, Opa, I'm noticing you. Homeless Telemann Geege wants to know, what's my favorite class? My favorite class is Scout. I love Scout. He's fast. He has a Baker Boy hat. So favorite class is Scout. I think I have like over 1,000 hours in Scout and then like X amount of hours in each other class, with either the Spider or the Engineer being the lowest. Alex Homan wants to know, what's your favorite TF2 Halloween hat? Alex, I don't know, because all the stuff that came out this year is really, really nice. If you would have asked me last year, I would have told you probably the Blazing Bull set for Pyro, or the Calamari hat or Calamari mask for Demo. Those were my two favorites. But this year they put out a bunch of really good stuff. And I actually was going to do a Halloween top 10 list of favorite items for Halloween. And then I waited until the new stuff came out. And now I literally have to, like, the last 5 on my list are completely gone. And all new stuff is going to be taking up that list. So it's kind of weird. And Hero Brian Superman wants to know if I'm going to do a guide for the upcoming Scream Fortress. I didn't do a guide. I actually focused more on the other stuff like the crates, the cauldrons, things like that. I do have a few more Scream Fortress videos coming out, including my thoughts on the event. I wanted to give myself a couple days of playing it before I actually did any videos. And I figured whenever something comes out like this, like every TF2 YouTube creator jumps at updates. We all, like, updates are the bread and butter of Team Fortress videos, unless you're Star Germa, basically. And they jump on the videos, and there's a ton out there already. So I'm sure you can find a billion videos on Scream Fortress. I will do 1 or 2 more, but they won't necessarily be like on the event itself, which I thought was an okay event. Evil Sheep of Death. What do you think of My Little Pony? I'm assuming you hate it. If so, what's wrong with it? I don't have anything against My Little Pony. I don't watch it. I think I've seen a part of one episode that was highlighted on like Reddit or something because it had a BioShock reference in it. I don't understand all the hate. Like me personally as a person, that sounds good, right? Me personally, I don't judge other people for what they're into. If you like My Little Pony, then rock that shit. Rep it. Live it, love it, do what you gotta do. I don't have anything against it. I don't really know anything about it, except I know a couple ponies' names from the videos I made. Like, people would tell me what their names were in the comment section and stuff, but hey man, to each their own. I don't judge, so do your thing. Josh Cranston wants to know, how did I find out about TF2? Well, I actually bought the orange box for Xbox years ago when it came out, and I saw it on there. I played a little bit, and it was kind of weird because I mostly had played like Halo and Call of Duty, things like that. Team Fortress was absolutely nothing like those types of shooters. So I played a little bit on the Xbox, and then one of my friends told me about it on PC. I jumped on that. I actually ended up upgrading from a Mac to and building a PC just so that I could play Team Fortress. It's probably the one game that it's completely changed my viewpoint on gaming, and I still play a lot of other types of games, but I couldn't imagine not playing Team Fortress. So that's how I found out about it. Daniel Watson, what's 9 plus 10? Is that a trick question? Because it's 19, if I'm correct. Alamin123 Alamin. That Illuminati guy, though. That's actually Young Venus, or YV from Nuclear Throne. Not Illuminati, but he is gangster, and he holds that wasteland down, so I wouldn't talk any crap on Young V. Mojo wants to know, when you could add a weapon in the game, stats design, how would it look and function? I don't know. That's a good question. I would like some other type of projectile for Sniper. The Huntsman's cool, but I would like something else that, you know, is a projectile. I don't even know what it could possibly be, since Sniper is, you know, a sniper. Maybe a spear, and all you'd have to do is line up your reticle or your crosshairs on the person and throw it, but it would do like insta kill. Like, you'd have to be really, really good in order to get kills with this weapon, but it would be an absolute insta kill, like 100% maximum crit, everybody dies, if you can actually pull off a kill. Kind of like the Bolo in Chivalry. Like, the thing was so overpowered, but it was so hard to get a kill with that. And I always like that. I think that would be kind of cool. If I had more time to think about this, like, I tried to keep these questions blind. Like, I didn't look at anything just to see, like, come up at the spur of the moment and everything. So I'll actually reply to this later on YouTube, because I could think of a million different things. Peter X Don wants to know what the first game I ever played was. I'm not going to tell you, because then it'll reveal how old I am. So I'm not going to talk about that, but I will say my first favorite game was Super Mario Bros. 2. Why? Most people hate Super Mario Bros. 2. I liked it because it was actually different, and it seemed like more design, like more charm to the characters and the bosses. Cease or Sos, I have no clue what that means. John Doty wants to know, what do you prefer being known as, ScottJAw or ScottLBG? Alright, John, here's the thing, like, I've always been ScottLBG and ScottJAw. ScottLBG was probably the first email account that I made up back in the day. It was like Yahoo account. Everything was ScottLBG. When I started gaming, I switched over to ScottJAw. And the funny thing is, I actually had the ScottJAw YouTube, and I deleted it by accident like 4 years ago. It was before I started making videos, everything like that. I accidentally deleted it, and I cannot get it back. But I did change my name on my current YouTube to be ScottJAw, but it will still always show ScottLBG. There's no way to change that. So, what do I prefer being known as? Either or. I don't really care. You can just call me Scott. But ScottJAw is what I have across every gaming platform, Twitch, everything like that is ScottJAw. And then ScottLBG, it's as much as I love it, I can't get rid of it at this point. So either or. Ace Spy wants to know, how did I get into doing YouTube? Initially, when I started to do YouTube, it was supposed to be a collaborative effort between me and 2 of my IRL friends. One person was going to do Minecraft because he was all about like playing Minecraft and building redstone and stuff like that. And this was 2 years ago, so it wasn't near as prevalent on YouTube as it is now. And then the other person was going to do like Team Fortress with me and then Pokemon. And then it just kind of never happened. We like didn't talk as much and things like that, so I just kept going with it. And like I said earlier, I was playing the games anyway, and I might as well record it and get it out there. Plus, I always wanted to do it. I just didn't realize that everything was so easy to do. Like, I wish that I would have started doing YouTube like, 7 years ago when Call of Duty 4 came out, because I put like 40 days worth of playtime into that game, and I would always see videos on YouTube like, you know, how do you get this achievement or what do you do there, and I just never realized how easy it was to get a capture card and build a computer and stuff like that. So I wish I would have done it sooner, to be honest. Alright, Scotty CZ wants to know, how many hours a day do I play TF2? Anywhere between 2 to 4 hours, and that obviously isn't every single day. Like some days I'll maybe, like if it's a busy day in real life, I'll play like a half hour or something, just get in there. I actually haven't played that much this week besides Halloween, and I haven't been playing Scout, so I got on it last night a little bit, and I was just sucking so bad. Like I was twitching like crazy instead of tracking with Scout. So I'm actually excited for Halloween to end so that I can just go back to normal Koth Harvest Deathmatch. Thugbird wants to know if I'm in Illuminati. No, Thugbird, I'm not. And more than likely, 99% of the people that are accused of being in Illuminati are not. Jay-Z, Illuminati, right? No, Jay-Z's rich, but he's not that rich. Illuminati is dated back hundreds and hundreds of years, and it really bugs me that it's turned into like a meme. Because it's stupid, like fire trucks, they're not Illuminati. I don't know, that's just me. I don't get it. I don't understand what the fascination is with the Illuminati. Let's start a New World Order meme. It's kind of the same thing, but a little different. Let's start that, and then we can claim it. Brian 3D Oprades, if that's correct, wants to know, how do I get good in Team Fortress? I have almost 2,000 hours into Team Fortress, and I'm still not that good. I can do okay in a pub. I will be like top 3 after a couple games, which is cool, but I'm still not that good. In the past year, I've taken it upon myself to practice my butt off, which is why I play TF2 2 hours a day. I play a lot of pubs, a lot of MGE, and that's just with Scout, so there's still 8 other classes that I'm subpar at. So if you want to get good at TF2, just practice. That's all you can do. And figure out too, like, mess with your calibrations and your settings and everything, your mouse DPI, things like that, so that you feel comfortable. Or if you want to do Scout, the reason I started to get better at Scout was because I pumped my crosshair up to be an extremely large size. That way it was easier to track instead of just twitch shooting. And then also, since they nerfed the babyface blaster, buffed it, however you want to look at it, it's a really, really good way to start with your aim, because you'll start off slow, and then you'll get to an extremely fast speed. And I never really used the Babyface Blaster just because I'm so in love with the scattergun that I've actually tried to use it lately. And by the time I get up to the max height where I'm like running all over the place like a madman, my aim is horrible because I'm not used to being that fast. So I think Babyface Blaster is a really, really good way to learn how to aim and perform with Scout. Donut Killer wants to know what I use to edit. I use Sony Movie Maker. It's like the dumbed down version of Sony Vegas. It doesn't have like masking abilities and things like that, but it's basically the same stuff that you would get when you pay like the $300 to $600, whatever Vegas costs nowadays. I refuse to just pirate a copy, so I'm sticking with Movie Maker. I might actually upgrade to a Movie Maker like 13 or 14. I still have the one from 2011. And then also, he asked if I like ketchup. Yes, I do, and I've been eating organic ketchup from Trader Joe's. It's very good. I like it. It's not as sweet as a normal ketchup, but it tastes better. It has like a little aftertaste too. It's really good. Anthony Lee wants to know how long I've played TF2. Technically, I've played TF2 for like since it's been out, but how long have I played like hardcore TF2? Probably going on 3 or 4 years now. I don't even remember. 2011. So what is that? 3 years? Peaches wants to know what is my dream weapon and hat. If it's a dream weapon that I can just come up with on my own, it would be something that I can point and click on a mini sentry and just completely nuclear bomb that thing. Hate mini sentries. And hat, the Bigger Boy. Bigger Boy is my favorite hat, hands down. Highland Hound wants to know what's the biggest time you got spooked and what's the biggest time you spooked someone. I don't know. I don't really know. I got spooked once. I was just getting out of the shower and I was walking to the closet and my ex-girlfriend jumped out and scared me. And usually I don't get scared. I don't get scared on like jump scares, things like that. I don't get scared, but I thought no one was home. The whole entire apartment was black. She jumped out and scared me and I just like lost my shit. I like screamed like a girl. It was pretty funny at the time, after the fact. But I don't know, that's the only time that I can honestly say that I've been spooked, like scared, and not spooked like, oh man, did I like turn the oven off, or like normal life stuff, like actual worries. That's the only time I can think about that I've actually been spooked. And I don't know if I've ever actually spooked somebody, unless it was just like coming around a corner too quick or something. Pretty much the best around wants to know when summer comes around, will you day stream? More than likely, no. Best around. If I stream in the daytime, it's going to be really early morning, and then I basically watch Alex all day till 5:30, and then after 5:30, I can stream, I can edit and record and things like that. So it's hard for me to do day streams unless it's on a weekend. So on the weekends, I'll day stream. More than likely during the week, I will not. Pascu Romeo wants to know what my opinion is on the TF2 Halloween event for 2014 and the TF2 community. He then states the key is almost 10 ref, and in 2012 it was 3 ref. It's actually 2.33 Pascu, and I am not a big fan of the TF2 community as far as trading goes. If you look at my backpack, like I was a hardcore trader back in the day. A couple people that know me can agree I had almost a addictive like issue with it, where I would just sit on Spuff, Outpost, check spreadsheet all the time. I do not like where the community is headed. The fact that keys are 10 ref is absolutely disgusting. I do put a lot of blame on just utter greed by people, and then the fact that people treat backpack BS like it's a Bible. If they sell a key for 9.33, anybody on Outpost is going to sell that for 9.44 or 9.66 because they're greedy and they want profit. Then in turn, it's going to raise the price on backpack the next day because they allow people to like vote in a community. Like, you can't give that kind of power to a community. People are greedy. I don't know if it's by nature or that's just how they are. They're greedy. So if they find a way to make more profit or do something that will in turn manipulate the value of something to make more profit, they're going to do it. That's why I completely quit trading unless it's something I really want or through my friends. That was long-winded, but I guess you kind of get the point on that. The TF2 Halloween event 2014, I'm not going to touch too much on it because I plan on making a video about my thoughts on the thing in general. But I thought it was okay. They did a really good job with the reskin of the map. Bumper cars were cool, and I mean, I didn't like a couple things. I don't know. Just watch the video when it comes up. It'll be up in probably later today or tomorrow. Alright, so Zane Webb wants to know, what are my thoughts on gay marriage? This is a really good question, Zane. I'm going to partially dodge it just because it is a pretty hot topic, and I don't want to like be paraphrased or have my words changed around or anything like that. But I honestly believe that people should do whatever makes them happy. Within reason, obviously. If you're a psychopath and you want to kill a bunch of people, don't do that, even if it makes you happy. That's not okay. But they should be able to do what makes them happy to an extent. You only live one life, and don't say YOLO because that shit's obnoxious. But I think everybody in life, the one thing everybody needs or deserves is happiness. And there are different roads to get to that point. There are different things that you can do, and there are different hurdles and whatnot. But I don't really care. Like, with most things in life, I don't judge. And as long as you don't affect me and my personal bubble, I could care less what you do. Obviously, there's some moral issues there, and I'm not talking about, like, you know, laws or religious morals, things like that. But you know right from wrong. Most people know right from wrong. And, I mean, don't kill somebody. Gay people getting married, I don't really care, like, to be honest. Got Hard. That's a great name. He wants to know if his question will be in the video. Yeah, man. Your question's in the video. Spookwagon Rebooted wants to know what's my favorite update in the Team Fortress so far. I don't know. That's a good question. I would say, I don't know. I really don't know, because the last couple of years there haven't been anything phenomenal. I mean, Halloween events are cool. Maybe finally getting Meet the Pyro. What was that? The Pyro update? That was good. I enjoyed Meet the Pyro. The bread update was hyped as shit, and nothing really came of it. Got a couple new weapons that aren't that great. So I guess I'm gonna say Meet the Pyro. Alright. The Steampunkian wants to know, is Rapid 000 Luminardi? Also, am I a salad? I'm not too up to date on my internet-ese language, so I don't know if Rapid 000 is a person. I know I kind of picked out Illuminati out of there, so I don't know if Rapid's Illuminati, because I don't know who Rapid is. And then I doubt it, because you have to be really, 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 really rich to be Illuminati, and like powerful, like Carnegie's and Rothschilds, things like that. So doubt it. And am I a salad? No, I'm not a salad, but salads are delicious. So some bacon bits and croutons and cheese, ranch dressing. I like salads, but I'm not a salad. Melvin Juan wants to know, when did you start YouTube and why? Yeah, it's been about 3 years now. Time flies. 3 years since I started posting videos, and then I would say probably a year and a half since I started being more serious about it and actually trying to do quality. And I touched on earlier why. Gordon Froman wants to know, what are my thoughts on bronies? And then he goes on to say that he asked a perfect question to start a flame. Then he goes on to say that he just saw my Left 4 Dead videos. Gordon, like I said earlier, I don't have anything against bronies or My Little Pony in general. If you're calling bronies the people that are rabid about promoting My Little Pony and being obnoxious about their fandom, that's kind of annoying. Like, anybody that is too into anything, too much of anything makes you an addict. So if you're just a normal person and you like My Little Pony and you consider yourself a brony, cool. But if you're a person that's like, oh my god, My Little Pony, ah! Like all day long, you try to shove it down my throat, then you're annoying. But you're just annoying as a person, not because you're a brony. So no hate crime here. Nate Ari wants to know, how did I meet Venom and everybody else? It's kind of funny how I met Venom, actually. I did a search for the Robo Sandwich to see if I made it to the front page of YouTube with my video. I saw his video, I scrolled through, watched a couple of his videos, and I noticed that we make very similar content. I then noticed he's on Fullscreen, which is also the same network that I'm a part of, so I messaged him, and this is when I think I had like 4,500 subs, he had like 500 more than me, so give or take a couple. We were right around the same size, and I was like, dude, let's collaborate, and you know, things just got crazy for Venom. Like, Venom's channel blew up, and then I'd still talk to him on Steam and stuff, but we were never able to collaborate. for probably like a year. I've probably talked to the kid on Steam for a year, and then we just got around to doing a collaboration recently. And good for Venom. Venom's a nice guy. Definitely check out his channel if you haven't yet. And then I met Moisey through Venom on a Skype call. We were playing together. Moisey was in there, so I became friends with Moisey. Talk to him all the time. Really, really good guy. Definitely check out his channel if you haven't yet. And I really don't talk to anybody else. I have a couple other YouTubers on my friends list that I don't really talk to. Grizzlyberry actually is a really nice guy. Check out his channel as well. And then other people like Captain Meatly Boy's gone. Sebby's gone. There are a few people that I was trying to do collaborations with, and they stopped doing YouTube. So that's how I met Venom and everybody else. Penguin of Power, what's up, buddy? This question is, how have I been? How's the family? What background do you come from? How'd you describe yourself, and so on? Sorry, these questions are personable, or too personal, but I've always wondered where you started and why you got into YouTube and all that jazz. Penguin, I answered that why I got into YouTube, but no, man, not too personal. There's only a couple personal things you can ask me that's gonna, like, you know, get me to be like, no. First off, how am I? I'm doing great, actually. I'm getting sick. You can actually start to hear the strain in my voice and starting to get a little, like, sore throat from talking so much. Family is amazing. Alex is now 10 months, on his way to 11 months. He can walk. He can say mama, dada, a couple other things here and there. And then he's doing amazing. Background, I am Swedish, Cherokee, Irish, and English. Mostly Irish and Cherokee, which means I should be a raging alcoholic that beats children, but I'm not. And yes, that was a racist stereotype of both Cherokee and Irish. Yeah, how would I describe myself? I'm pretty chill. I've mellowed out quite a bit the older I get, because you can't do stupid crap like you did when you were younger when you're older and get away with it. So I'm pretty just chill. I spend time with my family, play video games, and make YouTube videos. Like, I'm a very boring person now, which is insane because I used to be like out of control, partying, all that stuff. So yeah, I'm very boring and I like it. Ricardo Texera, you want to know what I'm going to do? A giveaway. I don't know. I was going to do a 10K stream and give away stuff, but I keep having a hard time finding a whole day to actually commit to it. So I will keep you posted on that. Cyan Wool wants to know, how did you get so many hats, cosmetics, or unusuals? I got 3 unusuals from unboxing, traded one away for a different unusual, bought another unusual, so I think I have 4 unusuals now. So I unboxed a lot. I used to trade like a madman, and then I spent real world money in Team Fortress 2, so I don't know. That's how I did it. Squiggles Derp wants to know, what's my favorite TF2 map of all time? I'm not saying it's the best map, but my favorite map to play on is definitely Cough Harvest, and that's because you can still do the actual objective of the game, but it's for the most part a giant DM map, and people just don't take it seriously. You can just run around and kill people, and that is very, very enjoyable to me. The only time that is not okay is when the other team has multiple engineers that are throwing mini sentries everywhere, because mini sentries are the spawn of Satan himself. Alright, so Captain Gunner wants to know, how long did it take to get to over 1,000 subscribers, and did I ever advertise, like comment on other people's videos that are similar to yours? First off, for 1,000 subscribers, I would say it probably took me 6 months to a year to get 1,000. Then after that, I had a video go viral, and it just blew up from there and kept going. It's very organic still, though. I have a smaller channel, which is cool because I can keep in touch with the subscribers and talk to everybody and answer questions and stuff. I do think once you get to a certain point, you start to change. You start to make content that is expected of you to keep the views, to keep the subscribers growing, and to keep the money coming in. So I don't really mind being a smaller channel. A lot of people say the first 1,000 subscribers are the most, like, the ones that they feel the best about. And it's true. I remember being so excited. Alright, so Captain Gunner wants to know, how long did it take to get over 1,000 subs? And did you ever advertise, like comment on other people's videos that are similar to yours? I would say it probably took 6 months to a year to get the first 1,000. And I still remember getting my first 100. My wife brings this up all the time, like how excited I was that 100 people actually wanted to watch my videos. And now here I'm at almost 13,000. And it's still kind of insane to me. It's still, I still keep the notification emails on that let me know when I get new subs. I still keep the notification that tells me when there's new comments. I still read every single comment, and I try to reply to all comments that are actually request answers or like questions, things like that, besides what's your HUD, since I actually made a video that tells you what my HUD is. But I still try to do all that stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever actually commented on another person's channel, like advertising myself. I'll still comment on Star and Jerma's channels because I watched those videos before I started even doing content. If you look through my history, you can see I've been commenting on their channels for years. So I'm not gonna change that. I'm also lucky because I'm small enough where I don't have the same scrutiny and people like pointing out and calling me out on commenting on other larger channels' comment section. But anytime it's a video, like it's always pointed and to the point. I think it's kind of scumbaggy when people do that, like trying to ride the coattails of other people. I've also always tried to make original content, and I don't really watch a lot of TF2 channels unless they're my friends, because I don't want to ever be like called out on trying to steal other people's content or anything like that. I've always tried to be 100% original, do my own content. And I easily know what kind of stuff I could be doing to get 1 billion views and 1 billion subscribers. But it's not me. It's not like what I'm into, so I'm not going to do that. That's why I don't do Minecraft videos on my channel, besides here and there. So hopefully that answers your question. Oh, and he asked another one. What's your favorite music genre, and have you beaten the throne yet? Favorite music genre, I don't really have one. I like everything besides country music. Like literally everything besides country music. And I still haven't even gotten to the throne. The highest I've gotten was like 7-3. It's horrible. Like I can't get past it. I can beat Little Hunter, whatever his name is, and I've gotten to the dogs like twice. That's as far as I can get to the dogs. And then XC Games wants to know, why am I so awesome? And it's spelled awesome too. I don't know, man. I'd like to thank the Academy and genetics, my mom for raising me, my wife for keeping me in line. I don't know. I didn't know I was awesome, but thank you. John Doty, I think this is another question. What got you into YouTube? Where did you hear about it and go, I want to try this? Touched on this earlier. I don't even remember how I found out about YouTube. It's so old, and most people don't realize that it is like super old. I probably looked at like a cat video or something like everybody else. It's like the gateway drug to YouTube, cat videos. And then I went into detail earlier about why I wanted to get into it. The Spy Crab, why was I first to comment? You weren't, were you? Do you 360 sometimes? I do, like, I 360 personally. Like, I'll stand in my living room and I'll spin like I'm one of the Temptations or Justin Bieber. That's the only time I 360. And then, is my blank giant? I don't know, man. I'm not really the one to judge that. You might ask your doctor next time you go, or school counselor or something. I don't know. I'm not sure. All right, Organizer Mains. What's up, Nick? You know me. I love TF2. You're the master of knowledge. What do you see in the future of the game? Do you think it will always be as popular? They're doing a great job updating, so that there is a chance people will still be playing in 20 years. I can mention possible third Team Fortress to take the popularity off of the second one. What if TF3 costs money and people refuse to spend money to get the new one? So they just stick with Team Fortress 2, and TF3 does terribly, sales, no one plays it. Is that a possibility, you think? That is the biggest freaking question I've ever seen, Nick. TF2, they're going to milk it as long as they can. I don't see a TF3 coming any time in the future. And you know what I would absolutely love to see? Team Fortress 3, not as a online multiplayer game, but as a single-player, first-person shooter experience. Either that or like a third-person action game. Like, I think that would be cool. If they do anything with Team Fortress, then they can either just port Team Fortress 2 that supports all of your cosmetics and everything like that, the exact same game with maybe a few more maps, over to the new Source engine or whatever they're going to do, like Source Plus, Source Super Saiyan Source, whatever they're going to do. Move it over. TF2 is perfect the way it is. Not to mention they keep updating it. They're talking about adding competitive multiplayer in, which will give the game kind of a whole new life. Even if the multiplayer, like however they end up doing it, if you're a fan of the way they do it, it will breathe new life into the game. So I don't see Team Fortress 2 leaving anytime soon. Will people still be playing in 20 years? I don't know. I'm sure there'll be like some kind of VR where you just step in a chamber and you're immersed in like the video game yourself in 20 years, so I don't know about that one. And then if TF3 costs money, people would buy it, dude. Valve could literally poop on a plate, call it a steak, and people would buy it. So I'm not even really worried about that. Nitrex wants to know, what's your dream unusual? It's always been the Haunted Ghost Baker, but recently I was given an opportunity to trade my Vivid Plasma for it, and I turned it down. So I don't know. I'm reevaluating what my dream unusual is right now. Up until literally a month ago, it was the Ghost Baker, but I'll get back to you on that whenever I decide which one I like more.